The legendary fighting spirit of the Collingwood Football Club was never more evident than in the famous Premiership victory of 1953. In 1953, the critics all agreed that Geelong would romp to its third Premiership in a row. The star-studded Cats were invincible. The Magpies hadn't won a Premiership in 17 long years and had been thrashed by Geelong in their previous encounters. It would take a miracle. In a season of ups and downs, the Magpies secured a place in the top four, but were decimated by injuries. Against all odds, the undermanned Magpies managed to defeat the Cats in the second semi-final and were through to the grand final. The football world was stunned. The Cats easily won the preliminary and set up a grand final that captured the imagination of all football followers. Could a badly wounded Collingwood do it again? The experts gave Collingwood no chance. Collingwood coach Fonzie Kine disagreed. They would rely on teamwork and back their ferocity, tackling and pressure to lock down the skillful Cats. Long queues surrounded the MCG on grand final day. The game was fast and furious. Once again, the Magpies' fierce physical pressure unsettled Geelong, and Collingwood led by 9 points at the long break. The Pies had the breeze in the third quarter and had to make it count. Des Healy and Ron Richards took control on the wings, and Neil Mann and Bob Rose were in everything. Suddenly, the miracle was possible. At three-quarter time, the Pies were in front by 29 points. But in almost no time, Geelong recovered and had the margin back to 14 points. The Magpies looked tired and were being overrun. They mounted one more surge. Ron Richards kicked forward and Bob Rose took the mark. Collingwood's great champion went back and calmly steered it through. Surely the Pies were home now. But Geelong came again and again, managing another goal and 2 more shots that narrowly missed. The Pies defended grimly. At the sound of the siren, the ground erupted. The 17-year drought was over. Collingwood had defeated Geelong by 12 points. Spectators stormed the field. Many of the players were cheered from the ground by jubilant fans. The celebrations were long and hard, but tinged with sadness. The strain of the last quarter had proven too much for 2 of the club's most famous figures. The club's great benefactor, John Wren, and Collingwood's legendary coach and player, Jock McHale, had both suffered heart attacks after the grand final and died in the following weeks, plunging the club into a long period of mourning. The 1953 Premiership remains one of Collingwood's greatest victories. Now the deeds of the team of 1953 are celebrated again with their inclusion 60 years later in the Collingwood Hall of Fame.